welcome back to our channel, Life with the Gordons. Today I'm looking super different to what you guys usually see me looking like. So today I'm inviting you guys to get ready with me while I do my makeup. And I'm a minimalist when it comes to my makeup. So I'm just going to show you what I do on a day-to-day. This is my day-to-day makeup. I don't really get much heavier than what I'm about to do now. Just because I like it light, I like it natural looking. I only ever use one colour on my eyelids, and that's a bronze, and in fact it's not even an eyeshadow that I use, but I'll be showing you all the products that I use as we go along. Alright guys, so the first thing I usually do is wash my face. That's the very first thing I do, and to wash my face I usually use a scrub. So I've got today with me the, oh, can you see it guys? The Tea Tree, there we go. Tea Tree Body Shop Squeaky Clean Scrub. And usually I use the seaweed, but as it's been locked down, I haven't got the chance to go to Body Shop yet and refill on my seaweed scrub. So I usually have the seaweed scrub and the seaweed face wash to match. I do also use these, but these I use less often because they're quite strong. So I use these probably once a month, or when I feel I need the tea tree, if I've got a breakout or something like that. But as I've run out of the seaweed, I will be using this one today. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And then after I've used that, I will use the facial wash to the scrub. And that's also from the Body Shop. Once a week I also like to use a face mask, so sometimes I will use this British Rose plumping mask, and I do find once I use this my makeup glides on, like my skin is super soft, velvety. I've already used this once for this week, so I won't use it again today, but I just thought I'd let you guys see it. Right guys, so I'm going to get to washing my face. Use about that amount. Alright guys, so I have now used the scrub, which personally I do see a difference in my skin. Do you? I see a difference like instantly as soon as I've used the scrub. And what I'm going to go in next with is the actual facial wash, this one. And when I'm using the facial wash, at least once or twice, I like to use my Remington facial brush. So what I'm going to do is just put a pea-sized amount of the facial wash on my hand, and then I'm going to use the facial brush. What I do is just turn it on, dip it in that amount of soap I've just put on my hand. So I now know it's on the brush, and then I just use it on my face. The area I like to target with this is my nose, because I get a lot of dry skin on the top of my nose. This part here. So I just like to scrub it off before I put my makeup on, because sometimes when you put your makeup on and you've got like little flaky bits of skin hanging off, you will see that in your foundation. So I don't really want to see that. So I tend to try and get rid of that before I do my makeup. And the other area that I like to target is my forehead, because I get eczema on my forehead and it can become quite rough on there, and it's kind of like pigmented, so I get dark spots on my forehead. So I just like to target that part there, and I do find this makes a difference, guys. I will put the link for this product down below, but I absolutely love it. It's got little lights and you can get faster with it. And you can tell, guys, you would think after I just washed my face a moment ago with the scrub that my face should be ultimately really clean. But when you use this brush, it's when you realise that when you wash your face just with a face wash, it's not actually that clean. Because as you'll see on this brush now, when I stop it, it's actually, I don't know if you can see because it's so fun, like tinged a bit brown. So it's not entirely, my face wasn't entirely clean after I first washed it. So it's good to diffuse this. I'm just going to give my nose another once over, and again, down the sides, and now I'm going to rinse it all off. Right guys, just rinsing that off just now, my face feels super soft, like super soft. And I think it looks good too. Right, so yeah, I see these flaky bits coming off my nose. Right. I just like to groom my eyebrows a bit because they're a bit all over the place. You can see, but yeah, overall guys, I'm quite happy with my skin now. I don't tend to put a lot of moisturiser on my face because I will break out if I do, so I don't really put anything on my skin before I put makeup on. I do use Nivea, so, but when I say a tiny amount, I mean a real tiny amount of the Nivea, which this one seems to be finished, so I'll grab the other one. Yeah, so I'm going to put a very small amount, but just on the nose where it gets dry, and I don't put it anywhere else because I have very oily skin, and in a couple of hours or so I'll be quite oily, so I don't want to add to that oil. I don't really need to add to that oil because I've got quite oily skin as it is. Okay, so guys, now that my skin is prepared and ready to put on my makeup, I'm going to start with my foundation. Now when I put my foundation on, I like to use a brush. I don't use like those egg things or anything like that. I prefer the brush. This is the brush that I use, and I got this brush from Bare Minerals, and it has like a dip inside so that you can put you put the blob of foundation on the little dip inside. You see my finger kind of goes in, and then you just move around in circular motion to evenly spread your foundation. So I'm going to get started with that. And the makeup that I tend to use, I tend to stick to the one brand, which is MAC. And the foundation I use is the MAC Match Master. And the tone I'm using is an 8. So. Right guys, so I usually just put 2 squirts in the middle there, and then I'm going to begin to apply it to the side of my face first. And then guys, I have a little bit of a double chin. You probably won't realise it when I'm like this, but then sometimes you sit like this and you kind of get a little podge at the side there. Now, I find that if I don't put my makeup on while my neck is down like this, then when I'm out and I'm about, you see the line, and that is so annoying. So for me, what I do now is I just kind of squeeze my neck down so I can see this little podge, and I do it like that, and I kind of go up behind my ear and under the chin. So that you're not going to be seeing any funny lines, but I can't take it. Sometimes I look back at myself in a picture or a video and I'm like, oh no, you can see the line, it's horrible. So, if you can see my neckline. And I'm gonna go onto, so if you see this side, and then you see the side I've already done. You see? So I'm going to continue now with the rest of this side of my face. You can see that the makeup actually oxidizes, it turns darker. That's why they call it Match Master, because apparently it actually adjusts to your tone. So right now when I'm applying more to the other spots that hasn't been done yet, it looks like it's lighter, and then it will actually oxidize and go darker to match my skin. I always tend to do one side of my face first. I don't know why, because I think I kind of like to see the difference between the makeup. And then I always move on to the other side once one side is done. It can look like a puff cake, basically. Now, because my forehead has eczema, such a weird place to have it. But oh well. I like the whole face. That's the reason why I wear makeup, really, because I don't like my face being lots of different tones. I like it to just be all one flawless kind of tone. So that is the reason why I even wear makeup now. Music is such a weird habit to do your makeup. Does anyone else do their makeup this way? Where they do half the face and then do the other half afterwards. So you can kind of see how it looks. This is the side without makeup. That's the side with makeup right now. There isn't that much of a difference, but like small blemishes and dark marks is what I like to cover, really. Also, on top of my eyelids, you'll see they're quite dark, like probably sleep deprivation. But that's another reason why I wear makeup. I tend to tuck my lips in. And what I like about this brush is, because it's a brush, if you've got little bits of bumpy skin, instead of pasting it on, it actually gets in between those little bits, so you're not gonna look like you've just painted your face kind of thing. You look like it's quite an even finish. Right now it probably looks like the wrong tone, but I guarantee you afterwards it will, like, yeah, to be honest, it feels like it is turning into my tone now. You can kind of see my chest and face do match. But it does need a little time to settle in. Not a lot of time though, but a little time. I do actually want to try the Fenty range and the Bobbi Brown range, because I've heard that those are good. But because my skin is so funny, I don't really want to change the product that I've been using for years, because I don't want to end up coming out in a breakout, basically, because my skin is so sensitive. So once I find a product that I know is safe to use on my skin, I tend to stick to it. So I've been using MAC for probably 6 years or more now. So I don't think I'm ready to actually change. Okay, so this is how I'm looking. Let's get my other eyelid. It's a bit hard to go in circles on your eyelid, guys, because you feel like you're going to poke your eye out. So I tend to dab it around my eyelid instead. And once again with this side, don't know if you can see, but I don't want that line. So I'm going to do that again and get rid of any line visibility, because I'm not into it. Yeah. Okay, so the line is going. It is super hot as well, like I'm really hot. Do you see that my face is literally looking oily, like it's glowing already, and it's only been a few minutes. This is why I don't put moisturiser on first, because my skin is so oily. Okay, so the next thing I usually put on, guys, is some concealer. Now, the concealer I use, I bought it years ago, and I don't remember where from, because you can't really see. Well, it says Derma. But because the tube is so dismantled, and I've had it so many years now, and it's still going strong, so there's still some in there, what I tend to do is, and it's broken because it's like a foil thing, it's broken, so I have to literally squeeze it from there, and it comes out there, and I kind of get it from there. So it's crazy the way I'm using this, but there is some in there. And what I tend to do with the concealer is just outline my eyebrows, because I'm not going to shape them or anything. So I tend to just use this to give it the illusion of the shape. So that's what I'm going to do now. Oh, you can see my hand in the so I just kind of put it there and drag it along like that, and then the shape of my eyebrow like that, and then it gives you the illusion that they are shaped when they're not. So I'm just going to neaten it up in the mirror now. Perfect. And then I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so two sides have been given an illusion, but I'm now going to do underneath here. Okay, so it kind of looks a bit weird right now, but that's fine. Now I'm going to do underneath here. I tend to do there because you know when you've got a bit of tired eyes and it's a little bit baggy. Not much, but I call this the triangle of light because I saw it somewhere else. So I put under there like that, like so, and I put under there. I literally just pat it in. Just like that. And then I'm going to pat the other side in as well. You kind of bring it down to, in a point like a triangle basically. That just brightens your eyes up a little bit. Okay, so then after I've done that, I don't tend to do the line down the nose, but I'm going to do it today and see how it comes out. Sometimes if I'm going out, I will. But to be honest with you, I don't think it makes much of a difference to me. So I've got a line. I'm just going to rub it with my finger because, like I said, I like it natural looking, not really too made up, but I do like to look nice. So, okay, so I've done that part. Now I'm going to just fill my eyebrows in this hole. I do have really faint eyebrows, so I'm just going to use my MAC spiked eyebrow styler. So that's what it looks like. I will put the link for the product below if I can find it, because I tend to go to the store to buy these. So what I do with my eyebrows now, I can't really see them in the camera, so I'm going to get the mirror, but I'll back up so you can see, is I just follow the line that is outlined by that concealer. So literally just a little bit of the top. And I don't put much because I don't want like crayoned eyebrows. I'm literally just filling in the sparse areas of the hair. And then I'll do the other one. So I'm literally just stroking it softly. You can see the tail ends of my eyebrows are quite thin as well, so that's why I tend to use this on it. Okay, so that's how I'm looking right now. I feel like this one's a little bit darker actually, so I'm going to give it a little bit more just to match that side, so I don't want to be looking like a clown. Okay, does anyone else have two different eyebrows? Like, I feel like both my eyebrows are completely different and I don't like altering them, so I kind of just let them be how they are. Okay, so now I've done that, what I do is I go back in with the foundation around the eyebrows now, because I don't want to see that white line basically. Right, so I've blended out that part of my eyebrows now. So, whew, I am so hot. It's unbelievable. It feels like it's going to be one of those sticky days again today. Right, so now that I've done that and I've done my eyebrows and I've done the little concealer under the eyes, which you can't really see, and this is what I mean, I like my makeup minimal as possible. Now I'm just going to put some blusher on, and again I use MAC blusher. Don't ask me the name because it's called Raisin powder blush. So I don't use much of this either. Literally just put a hint of it over the cheek area, like that. So you see it makes it a little browner. Well, it's red, but it's browny red, browny pinky colour. And then what I do is I put some bronzer on my eyelids. Now that might sound a bit crazy to you guys, but I don't really use eyeshadows. So, the colour that I like is a really bronzy, goldy colour. So I actually put a bit of Vaseline on my eyelids, and that just makes it stick better, basically. So, put some Vaseline. So now when I go to it, I need to put a bit more on this side, because if that side has more than this side, you'll find that the eyeshadow is thicker on this side than it is on that side. So you don't want that. So I would advise that you put the same amount if you're going to copy this method. Okay, so I use this MAC, and it's called Gold Deposit, and it's a really bronze colour, and I'm basically running out, so I will need to get another one of these soon. However, I've had this a very long time, it's more than a year, so I guess it was worth it, and when I buy it again it will last me again more than a year, so that's fine. So I close my eyelid and I literally just brush it on in one direction, and this is the brush that I use, and again these are brush sets that I've had a long time. I just wash them in vinegar. And when I put these on, I don't tend to go above the eyelid either, because I don't like it to be too much. Just like that little hint of colour. Okay, so that's one eye done. And the next one. Okay guys, and I just like to make sure that when my eyes are closed that you can't see any uneven lines or anything. I tend to like to use this straight brush, because then it gives you the straight line if you kind of do that. So you can actually follow the crease. And then sometimes, I don't do this every day, but sometimes I will use my blusher brush. I go on the lid, just get a little bit of the sparkle, and I just once over where I put the blush, just to give me a little bronze look. Like that. I don't wear mascara generally, so most of the time you'll just see that I have dusty eyes, and I kind of like that look. I kind of like the gold eyelashes kind of look. Sometimes I will wear lashes, but that's not very often again. That's just if I want to be glam, or if it's date night or we're going out, then I will use lashes sometimes. And that is actually it for my makeup, guys. The next thing I do is put on my wig. So I'm going to put my wig now, and then I will come back to you with the finished look. Ta-da! My wig is on, however it's not styled yet. So I'm going to style it, and then you guys will see what my finished look is like. So I'm going to get a brush. I'm going to start detangling. I did wear this wig already yesterday, but I just pulled it off basically. When I get home, I tend to just pull it off. I don't like wearing these things all day long when I'm at home. Sometimes I do because I work from home, so I need to be able to look decent for online meetings, etc. Which I do have one in half an hour actually. So it's actually good that I am ready. And it's about 10 in the morning now, guys. So it is a little bit late to be getting ready, but my meeting's in half an hour, so it's not a problem. And I think we're gonna have it tucked behind my ears today, because when you're working, you don't necessarily want all the hair on your face, do you? So I'm gonna give it a tuck today on both sides. There we have it, guys, the finished look. Just so you guys can see properly. Can't get a good angle in this bathroom. This is not where I take my photographs normally, but I'll go out into the hall. There you go, you can actually see it better because the lighting's not like fluorescent or anything. That's how I look. Minimalist and natural looking with a bit of eyeshadow. So guys, thank you for getting ready with me, and I hope you like my quick minimalist makeup. I'm not going to call it a tutorial because it's not to teach anybody to do makeup, it's just the way I do my makeup. So how I do my makeup. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.